In 2025, how can you effectively and efficiently market and sell your home or investment property, especially in the higher price ranges? In this video, we're going to go over the 7 most important aspects of good, powerful marketing to sell your property, especially in the higher price ranges where it's harder to sell homes, especially in this current market. But once again, I'm Noah Cochran, an agent here in the field in Columbia and Central Missouri. I'm specifically focused on a lot of the higher price ranges, how to market and sell those properties in those price ranges. So we'll get into all that in the video. But as usual, I just want to say, if anything comes up or if you'd like information about any aspect or a home valuation for free or whatever it may be, just get my number, show up out of nowhere. I would love to be of assistance anytime I can. Alrighty, so the first thing I want to say, and I just made a video about sellers versus buyers market, so go give that one a watch first if you want more breakdown there. But there is quite a marked difference between the lower price ranges, like under 350K, under 400, and the over 400K price ranges, especially as you get up into the $600, $700, $800 plus $1,000. The difference being that in the lower price ranges, it honestly doesn't take typically a whole lot of marketing. All you got to do, good photos, post it in the MLS, or if you're selling for sale by owner, post it on Zillow, do a good job, maybe talking to a couple folks about it. Really don't even need to do that. Typically homes like that, as long as you have good pictures, a clean house, will sell fine. But when you get into the higher price ranges, which is again what I focus on and what I focus my efforts on, it becomes much more difficult, and to market to the right crowd, get in front of the right people to sell your property fast and efficiently and not have it sit on the market for 150, 200, 300 days. Now, real quick, before we jump right into these 7 different points that we're going to go through of good marketing, I do want to say, again, I am a full-time real estate agent, and obviously I love it when people want to come and work with me. I love to be of service. These 7 points of marketing, I will 100% be applying to your property, maybe focusing on different ones more strongly depending on your type of property, but these can definitely apply to you as a homeowner if you're wanting to try to sell your home for sale by owner. Unfortunately, in my experience, there are so many agents that say, you should never try for sale by owner. You have no chance to sell this on your own. Give up, come sign on with me, right? To me, that's nonsense and narcissism. Listen, I will not deny that selling your home can be a huge headache and can be saving a lot of time and money and efficiency if you use a realtor who does this all the time. Obviously, I believe that. I am a realtor. However, it is essentially like running your own small business for a short period of time. And if that is the type of person that you are, that you want to run your little business, selling your home for a little period of time, go for it. By all means, go for it. Give it a shot. And even if sometimes it doesn't end up working out, you end up working with an agent, it's not a bad idea to try it. So if you do want to try and give it a shot, selling for sale by owner, do it and follow these marketing techniques to try to market your property, especially in the higher price ranges, better. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Obviously, any folks that want to have good marketing and get their home sold efficiently, especially in the higher price ranges, give me a call, shoot me an email. I would love to be of assistance if you would like an agent or to interview an agent. But if you would like to try it on your own, this video is still for you. All right, tip number 1. Now this one, I don't want to sound patronizing, but I want to start with the very simple basics, which I kind of already referenced, but we do really need this foundation because unfortunately, you would be surprised by the amount of people that do not do the basic necessities, especially in the lower echelon of agents or sometimes owners that are trying to sell their own lack these basic things. So if you already know all this, that's great. A lot of folks do, but I just want to go over it very quickly. And that is to have a clean house, a clean yard, and I'm talking clean counters, no clutter, organized space, etc., and then have excellent high quality photos taken. Now, if you're a halfway decent photographer, you can take them on your own. I would personally recommend getting a professional photographer if you have a friend even who dabbles in it, or maybe you can pay some photographer, you know, some money to get professional photos done. Now, you don't need high drone photos or anything like that. If you do have nice land or more expensive house, like $800,000 plus, then drone photos could be very, very advantageous. It's not necessary, but the more space you're trying to cover, drone photos can really help. However, just basic professional photos in a clean house, very important. And then another thing I want to quickly say is good smelling home. Now, obviously that doesn't impact the pictures, but once you have showings, which is how people buy houses typically, you want your home to smell good, maintain that good look, no clutter, clean countertops, etc., etc. So I know this is kind of basic, and we're going to get on to the more unknown, unused, unfortunately, marketing techniques, but this one is the foundation. If you don't have this, none of this other stuff really matters. All right, number 2 is also, I'm sorry, a kind of a basic one, but I really wanted to hit these 2 first just to get them out of the way because they are the foundation, again, of good marketing. And this is proper pricing. And by proper pricing, I simply mean doing a thorough CMA or comparable market analysis on your property, thoroughly looking at other properties in your area. And again, agents are experienced at doing this. They do this all the time. But if you would like to do this, you can jump on Zillow, and depending on different factors, you can usually accomplish this. But you can look at different comps of what's sold in your area or what is for sale in your area. And you can say, hey, how similar is this home to mine? Where does that price range kind of work for me? And you pick a price and then you adjust based on how the market reacts to that price. So proper pricing means you do a thorough CMA, you know how to properly adjust based on how the market reacts to your pricing. You come up with that good price range and adjust within that price range. And number 3, you communicate well the benefits and aspects of your home, so that way when people view it and then view your competition or other homes on your street, they can see why it makes sense that your home would cost this much. Now, number 3, and honestly, I'm quite surprised by the amount of agents that still do not do this, and that is a video tour. Now, don't get me wrong, you can sell a home without a video tour. People often sell homes, even high-end homes, without video tours. I'm not saying that. Most homes will end up selling even if the marketing is atrocious. We're really talking about, do you want your home to sit on the market for a year plus? Or do you want to sell it in a few months or under? Which is the goal of every good agent and every good marketer, to sell the home as efficiently and effectively as possible. So just to use strong statistics that you can rely on, according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the statistics they put out every year of looking at all home sales across the nation, homes with video tours generate offers 300% plus faster. So almost every home, if done right, assuming all other factors are right, a home with a good video tour will generate offers 300% faster or more. That is significant, and it surprises me that more people don't utilize this. Now, this does not have to be some over-the-top, professional, like super high-quality film style video tour, like all the cuts, all the zooms. You can do that, and some agents are really good at hiring really good photographers to do that. But honestly, you can do this with just your iPhone and maybe a gimbal and some editing software. And if you check out more videos on this channel, you'll see that I do a lot of home tours for all the different homes and buildings and new construction. And it's simply, you go through with your iPhone, smooth cuts, smooth transitions, maybe some post-production where you put in some music to make it more likable, but you could have a very solid, attractive video tour that will allow someone to view your home online and give them a much more tangible sense of that home before they even go view it, which sets your home apart from a ton of different listings. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say 75% at least listings that I see in the MLS, and I'm constantly on the MLS looking at different listings, I rarely see a video tour, even in the higher price ranges. So having a video tour can really, really set you apart. Now, a trashy video tour will not set you apart in the right ways, but a basic good video tour, and again, go look up one of my home tours on this channel. They're not that complicated, and they don't even have to be as complicated as I have them. Just have a basic, smooth, good-looking video tour. Now, before we get into number 4, I do want to again say that this video is more directed towards homes in higher price ranges. And these last few tips are particularly important for the homes in higher price ranges. We're talking $400,000 to $1 million plus, which is the price range that I mostly work in and dedicate most of my focus to. But number 4 is pretty much common sense. So again, depending on the type of person you are, you might already be doing this, but it's basic spreading word of mouth. That means when you do the open house, door knock your whole neighborhood, right? Tell people about it. Get word of mouth spreading. Now, obviously, your neighbor probably doesn't want to buy your house, but your neighbor might know Joe Bob, who knows Mark, who knows Luke, who's looking for a house in this neighborhood. So you would be surprised by the amount of power word of mouth has in selling your home. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is essentially like running your own little business for a short period, especially if you're trying for sale by owner, but as an agent, it's the same thing. Running a little business, spreading that word of mouth is super powerful. So if you're gonna do an open house, do it right. Post it on social media, let people know about it. Make sure it's on Zillow. Door knock your neighborhood, right? Get people talking about it. Call up friends who might know somebody. Just let people know so people know. If people don't know, no one will know except for if they see it on Zillow, right? All right, I just realized that I kind of combined number 5 and number 4, but I'll just hit number 5 real quick. And that is, again, contacting agents, but not just agents, real estate gurus, investors, anybody in this price range. They may not want to buy your home. In fact, most of these people are not going to want to buy your home. I'm talking about investors when I say that. They're not going to buy your single family $650,000 home, right? But they might know so-and-so. Maybe they even have a wealthy tenant. I know doctors who rent homes and are looking to buy, right? They might have a wealthy tenant who might be knowing. So just calling people that work in this field and not taking up too much of their time, not bothering them too much, but just saying, hey, I got this home, Joe. Let me know if you have anyone interested. Just give me a shout if something comes up. You'd be surprised, again, by the amount of power and effectiveness this can have. And also, yeah, sometimes talking to people that have more experience in this field, they can give you small tips. Now, again, you don't want to talk to these people that push and say, just sign up with me for $5.99, right? But people that give basic tips, and you don't want to, again, use too much of their time or anything, but it can be very effective and useful in that higher price range instead of just letting the home sit on the market forever. Now, again, I'm making this video kind of talking to sellers like y'all if you're wanting to sell your home, but remember that all these attributes that I'm going through apply to me. And these are things that if I was your agent listing your home, I would be actively doing. Now, I have many contacts in the real estate field, obviously, working with a bunch of different investors, real estate agents. I know the big ones in certain areas, the ones that specialize, maybe work with a lot of buyers in certain areas. So obviously, you as a homeowner may not have as many contacts, but it still can be useful for you. But then I, as an agent, if I was listing a home, I would be implementing all of this: video tours, door knocking, neighborhoods, open houses, etc., etc., etc. Now, one last thing I do want to add on to this kind of spreading word of mouth part is social media. Giving a quick few posts on social media just to let all your friends know that it's listed, it's for sale, can definitely be useful. I didn't really dedicate a point to social media because pretty much every agent will say, yeah, we'll post your home on social media. You can do that. Honestly, it's not always very effective unless maybe you have a very nice video tour like what I do. I post mine on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Video tours can be much more impactful, but just a quick post saying for sale, like a picture and a for sale sign, is not typically super useful other than, again, spreading that word of mouth, which can be useful. So I would, again, encourage you to do a quick post on Facebook if you have Facebook, or Instagram, or whatever it may be, of that for sale home. Okay, 2 more quick tips. I know this video is too long. Number 6 is the most unique and the most specific to homes in the high price ranges. We're talking 700, maybe 800 plus. So what this is, and this maybe as a for sale by owner is not necessarily something you're going to do unless you are trying to sell your home in this price range. You might want to try. but that is calling agents and maybe investors, just real estate people in areas or demographics that might be wanting to buy your home. For instance, I was just at a listing appointment in a $1.9 million home. It's here in Columbia. And harder yet, it was more of that modern style, which is much more unique in Columbia. And there's a lot fewer buyers here in Columbia that would want to buy a home like that. But sometimes they're just the normal style, but they're just very expensive and few people here can actually afford that. So what do? You find St. Louis, you go to Chicago, maybe even California, maybe just the Lake of the Ozarks. You go to more luxurious places, or you look up statistics online and you say, okay, what demographics from what areas are moving here? So let's say I go online and it says a lot of people are currently moving from Utah for whatever reason, from Denver, Colorado. They're coming here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up top buyers agents in Denver, Colorado, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm an agent here in Columbia. I saw that you'll have a lot of folks moving here. Have you personally been selling any houses, or sellers agents actually be more impactful? Have you all been selling any houses in Denver, Colorado of folks that are relocating out of state? Do you know of anybody who may want to be in Columbia? Do you have referrals? Now, this sounds like it's a kind of a reach or stretch, but you'd be surprised. It's actually not. And it can be very useful to call up people and say St. Louis, Lake of the Ozarks, Silver Dollar City area, Branson area, Chicago, California, bigger areas that tend to move to Missouri, even Tennessee sometimes. And also, depending on your level of marketing that you're doing for this particular home, you can even run targeted Facebook ads to these specific demographics. Now, again, this number 6 tip is really for the higher end homes, things that I have to implement to get these sold efficiently, because otherwise these homes, especially talking $1 million plus, $900 plus, $900,000 plus, can really take a while to sell unless you implement these marketing techniques, calling people up daily, spreading that word of mouth in bigger cities that tend to relocate here. Now, this is more niche, and again, maybe won't ever apply to you as a possible for sale by owner, but if you end up working with an agent and you have $1 million plus home or an $800,000 plus home, you may want to make sure that they're going to implement these marketing strategies. Otherwise, you can kind of expect your home to sell on the market for a year plus. Just to be perfectly honest with you, I've seen many homes in that price range sit in the market for a year, sometimes even 18 months. It can be quite excessive sometimes when the right marketing is not implemented. All right, and very, very quickly, number 7 is very basic: communication. Communication with buyers that are looking at your home. Maybe they did a showing. Communication with buyers agents if they're showing your home. Just communication and feedback. What do people think? Do I need to adapt? Do I need to change? Just like in every business, again, just to reference back to, it's kind of like running your small business. And again, this is what I will do as an agent. When a buyer comes and looks at a listing that I have, I'll say, hey, do you have feedback? Is there things we need to adapt on? I'll call up buyers. I'll say, what did you think about the home? We will constantly look at the market and say, how is the market reacting to this home? How's it reacting to this price range? Do we need to switch up any of our strategies? Constantly being able to adapt, evolve, and communicate with buyers and buyers agents. It's just very important to not stagnate on the market and not miss the bright light that's flashing telling you need to change something. Alrighty, folks, that was the 7 most important aspects of marketing your home in those higher price ranges. I hope that was of help to you, whether you be a for sale by owner or want to be vetting agents to make sure they're actually going to implement these marketing techniques properly. Either one, I hope that it's useful to you, and I definitely wish you success in any endeavor that you may go out on your own and try. But if you would ever like to interview an agent or look at a marketing plan and look at how these are implemented, do feel free to give me a call. Call me up, email me, text me, show up out of nowhere. I would always love to give assistance or even just give a free home valuation, help out with some marketing details, etc., etc. I would always love to assist in any capacity that I can. My voice is just about dry and dead, so until next time, folks, y'all have a good one.